Hello Gemini, Sun Rising and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Gemini, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So with all that being said, Gemini, let's get started. How does Gemini currently view this relationship? All right, Gemini, let's see what's going on. Oh, okay, Gemini. So it kind of looks like there's a new soulmate here that has showed up for you, but with the Judgment card to the Seven of Wands to the Nine of Swords, Gemini, I feel like there's like a part of you that wants to give this new person a chance, but then there's that other part of you that's like, I'm just sick and tired, okay? Of being sick and tired of getting hurt. I just don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Okay. Needless to say, I do feel like you are somebody who has been through a lot, in prior relationships. So I get it. I understand why you're like totally on the fence about giving this new person a chance. But you know what? Let's look into them. Let's see if they're like a douchebag or not. Okay, let's just do that. Let's do that. How does this person currently view this relation? Oh, well, I mean, child, they are showing up as an emperor. So how does this person currently view this relationship with Gemini? Let's see. All right, so we do have the Emperor out here. We also have the Four of Cups, and then we also have the Two of Swords. I feel like this person's very confused by you, okay? Like there's times where you kind of give them the impression that like you're super into them, and then there's times where you kind of give them the impression that you're not, okay? Now, I feel like the primary reason why this person's so like confused when it comes down to you has a lot to do with what we already kind of went over. There's a part of you that wants to give them like a fair chance, but then there's that other part of you that's like, I'm fucking sick and tired, okay, of getting fucking hurt. I'm tired of this bullshit, okay? So I feel like when you start to fall into this energy of like, you know what, let me fall back, let me push this person away. I feel like that's the part, right, that tends to like confuse them and causes them to kind of question like, okay, does Gemini like me or does Gemini not like me? Are they into me or are they not into me? Like, which one is it? Okay, how does Gemini currently feel? Okay, I will say this. If we set aside your doubts, your reservations, and things like that, I mean, you do really like this person, you do view this person as somebody who's very different from what you're accustomed to dealing with, but in a really good way. And this is you kind of going based off of what you know about this person thus far, okay? Which causes you to want to see where this relationship could potentially take the both of you. I am definitely getting that. But still, there's still that level of like hesitancy, I would say, coming from you. All right, let's look at this person. How does this person currently feel? Okay. All right, well, okay. If it's one thing that I will say is this, I feel like this person really, really does like you. I do feel like this is somebody who already has a lot of emotions for you. And this is also somebody who, wants to continue to date you, get to know you, and see where life could possibly take the both of you. I mean, despite the fact that you are kind of confusing this human just a little bit, Gemini, I will admit that, okay? They really do like you, and they really do want to, continue to date you and see where life could possibly take the both of you, just like you. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Cups. So you are definitely connecting with your soulmate. With the King and the Queen of Cups, when the King and the Queen of Cups meet one another for the very first time, they're experiencing true love for the very first time. I know it sounds super cliche, but that's just what it is, okay? So I do feel like with this person in particular, you will find yourself experiencing true love for the very first time, and so will they. Like if you ever thought you were in love with your ex before, child, you ain't seen nothing yet. Same applies for this person. Before I look into what actions you plan on taking in this person's direction and are moving forward, I do want to look at this person that you find yourself connecting with a little bit more. Let's just be nosy. Tell me more about the Emperor. Come here. We have the Two of Swords. Wait. All right. Tell me more about the Emperor. Okay. There's one thing that I will say is that since this person has met you, they've been very consistent and very persistent with you. I also feel like this person recently got rid of something, which you already know I'm going to look into that. I feel like this person, I keep getting that this person like recently got rid of something. Like like they cut somebody out of their life or something like that. Let me look at that real quick. Tell me more about the Two of Swords. Tell me more about the Two of Swords. Tell me more about the Two of Swords. Okay. Okay. We have the Two. I knew this person recently got rid of something. We have the Two of Cups in the reverse. We have the Six of Swords in the reverse. This is them moving away from someone. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, okay? Whoever it is that this person has, I mean, they could have recently moved away from this person. That's definitely a possibility, but these two were not on the same page. I feel like this person that they were dealing with wanted something serious with them, but they didn't want anything serious with them. I mean, this person does come off to me as somebody who's very picky and selective, if I could freaking talk this morning. An Emperor is somebody who typically knows what they want, and it's somebody who typically knows what it is that they're looking for. So when it comes down to you, it's like they just know you are what they want. Ace of Wands speaks of our own personal wants and desires. So it's very evident to me that this person definitely wants you. And this dynamic that they share with you. But yeah, it just kind of looks like, unfortunately, they were dealing with somebody that they just didn't foresee themselves building or establishing, you know, a life with. They were dealing with somebody that they just simply weren't in love with, okay? I do feel like this individual that they were dealing with was very much so in love with them. You know, I am definitely getting that. But because these two were not on the same page, it kind of looks like this dynamic between these two came to an end. And I feel like it's this person that decided to call it quits, because I feel like this person that they were dealing with started to kind of realize over time, like, you know what, you ain't serious about me. You are not serious about you. You are not serious about me. You are wasting my fucking time. And I mean, I don't necessarily feel like it was a lie. You know, I do feel like this person was definitely wasting this individual's time. Because I'm gonna be honest, and this might make this Emperor that you're currently connecting with look bad. It is what it is, but I feel like this person knew from the jump they didn't want anything serious with this person that they were dealing with, and they just decided to keep this person around either which way, which kind of, I mean, let's be honest, that's kind of fucked up. Okay, it's kind of fucked up, but that's what they did. That's what they did. That's what they did. So once this person started to put two and two together, like, all right, you ain't serious about me, that individual severed ties, you know, with them. It does appear to me that this Emperor was like, all right, cool, peace out, see you later, not really. And that was just that. But the moment that this and there's a possibility too that this Emperor could have even been the one to like sever ties with this individual. That's definitely a possibility as well. And if they were the one that severed ties with this individual, I do feel like the reason why they did it was because they met you, if I'm being honest. But is there a possibility that, you know, this person that they were dealing with severed ties with them and they just stopped talking to one another? You know, that's, you know, a possibility. And then they eventually ended up meeting you later on, and now they're very hyper focused on you and where life could possibly take the both of you. That's also another possibility. But if it's one thing that I will say is that this person is not entertaining anybody else but you. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that. I don't even know. All right, what actions will Gemini take towards this person? We're moving forward. Ooh, Gemini. You're showing up as an Empress. Okay. So you guys showed up as the Empress to the Emperor, and then we have the King to the Queen of Cups. You guys are very compatible to one another. That's just basically what it's, you know, insinuating here, okay? Now, Gemini, believe it or not, I feel like this person's going to give you every reason to want to take them and your relationship with them seriously. Believe it or not. Okay, I get it. Right now you're on the fence. Right now you're just like, you know what? I don't know if I could do this. I get it. But I feel like this person's going to give you every reason, okay, to want to take them in this dynamic that you guys share with one another seriously. And your life will drastically change. The moment things start to obviously get very serious here between you and this person. Now, this is something that I do want you to be aware of as you're going through this transition, because you're going from being single and alone, and it kind of looks like you don't mind it at all. There's some people out there that hate being single and alone. You ain't one of those people, okay? You're not one of those people. So with that being said, it's just something to kind of like prepare yourself for. It's just something that you need to kind of prepare yourself for. If I could talk this morning, I feel like the coffee just hasn't kicked in just yet. My apologies, but it's going to be, I guess the best way that I could describe this transition for you, as far as going from being single and alone to being in a full-blown committed relationship, because that's the direction in which this dynamic is kind of heading in. It's going to be, I'm gonna be real with you, it's going to be very scary and it's going to be very uncomfortable. And let me explain why. Because you are somebody who is accustomed to being single and alone, to go from being single and alone to having somebody all up in your refrigerator and all up in your personal bubble is going to be a hard transition for you to make, because you're so used to being single and alone. So I do kind of see you kind of experiencing that discomfort in that aspect. It also has a lot to do as far as like this energy of like fear, discomfort is concerned. The reason why all of this is also happening is because when you're single and alone, Gemini, you don't got to worry about if anybody's playing you. Okay, you don't have to worry about if anybody's lying to you. You don't got to worry about, if anybody's doing anything shady behind your back. You don't got to worry about any of that. Hence why you found so much comfort in being single and alone, because you don't got to worry. You don't got to worry about a damn thing besides yourself, right? So when you jump into a relationship with this person, I do see you becoming like worried and concerned, like, but what if this person's doing this behind my back? And what if this person's doing that behind my back? Things of that nature. And I think that energy won't go away and or dissipate until you find yourself realizing that you don't have anything to worry about. And that's the thing, right? Is that the energy of, well, what if this and what if that? It will go away. That's besides the point. I don't want you to think that that's going to be an energy that you're going to forever carry with you in your relationship with this person, because you're not. I can guarantee you that you're not. I think that once you get to know this person, like really, really get to know this person, you'll see for yourself, like, okay, like, I actually don't have anything to worry about. And I do see you definitely feeling very safe and secure with this person. But I'm gonna be real with you, as you're going through this transition, you're not gonna feel safe, you're not gonna feel secure. It is what it is. You're just not, because you're going through a whole lot all at once. Your life is drastically changing on you. Is what it is. And it's going to take some time for you to adjust and adapt. Considering the fact that you're a Gemini, you are, technically speaking, a mutable sign. I find that you guys tend to adjust and adapt very quickly to like drastic changes. So when it comes down to this person, I do see you adapting very, very quickly. So this energy of discomfort and fear, I mean, it may last for like a week or two, and that's about it. And then you're gonna find yourself feeling comfortable with them. You're gonna find yourself feeling safe with them. You're gonna find yourself feeling secure with them. So I'm not really worried, honestly, about this like fear and discomfort that you're gonna find yourself feeling as you're going through this transition. You're just going through a transition, and it's kind of scary, and it's kind of uncomfortable, and it kind of looks unpredictable. And nobody likes unpredictability. It is what it is. Nobody does. See, the life that you've been living has been very predictable to you, right? Again, you don't have to worry about anybody playing you. You don't have to worry about anybody deceiving you. Your life has just been overall super predictable, You know what your days are going to look like and consist of. That's how predictable your life has been until this very moment, okay? Because once things start to get serious here, that's when things are going to start to appear to be a little unpredictable. And once it starts to appear a little unpredictable because you're going through a massive change, right? It's going to be a little scary and nerve-wracking, but you will be fine. I promise. You will be fine, my friend. You will be fine. What actions? Okay, let's see. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords. I wish this person would have taken a different approach with you. In my opinion, I would have definitely approached you differently. That's just me. Man, Knight of Swords to the Knight of Wands. Yeah, I would have taken another approach with you for sure. How do I explain this? How do I explain this? Okay. So when it comes down to like this transition, right, from you going from being single and alone to being in a full-blown committed relationship, you will adapt very quickly. So it might take you a week or two to like adjust and adapt. And embrace your new reality. You're no longer single, you in a whole relationship, homie. But see, with this person, it's like, all right, boom, now you guys are in a relationship. You know what, Gemini? You know what I was thinking, Gemini? I think that we should get a place together. What do you think, right? And it's like, boom, that's a whole nother transition that, you know, I see you having to go through. And I see it becoming very like nerve-wracking and uncomfortable for you, not for them, but for you, right? And so it's like the next thing you know, you guys are living together, and then you guys blink one more time, and the next thing you know, this person's like, you know what, Gemini? Like, I think we should get married. You know, I think that you and I, like, we should just get married. Let's just fuck it. Let's just do it, right? And then that's like a whole nother transition that I see you going through. And it's going to be very nerve-wracking and very uncomfortable. You know what's interesting, though? Is that I don't see you saying anything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see you saying anything. Like, it's like, it's, and that's like another thing that I feel like is going to kind of make this a little nerve-wracking for you, because you're used to calling the shots in your life. You're used to being in the driver's seat. You see what I mean? And it's like now it kind of is turning into, now this person's in the driver's seat, you're in the passenger seat. That's kind of fucking scary. You know what I mean? Because again, then now it becomes your life starts to become unpredictable, right? And I feel like that's very nerve-wracking to you, that now this person's in the driver's seat, you're in the passenger seat, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of what it is. That's like a whole nother thing too that I kind of see you going through. I don't see you saying anything, and that's kind of what's kind of like, I'm gonna be honest, Gemini, kind of bothering me that you're not saying anything. It's like, boom, they tell you they want to be in a relationship with you. You turn around and agree from the looks of it. Then boom, they turn around and tell you, Gemini, I think we should get a place together. And it's like, it's making you extremely uncomfortable. Like, this discomfort you were feeling just by you jumping into a relationship with this person is nothing compared to like this level of discomfort. And then it's like you turn around and be like, all right, yeah, sure, boom. You give them what they want. And then they start talking about, you know, Gemini, I think that like we should just get married. You know, I think that we should totally get married. And they're just like, oh, okay, yeah, I think. Mind you, you feel very scared and you feel very, very uncomfortable to me from the looks of it. You see what I mean? And it's like you're not stopping to say anything to this person. You know, it's like you're just kind of like going along with whatever it is that they want to do. And I think that this is the thing that I'm worried about when it comes down to you, Gemini. I can't ignore the fact that there's some stuff that you haven't fully healed from due to like things that other people have put you through that you're still kind of like working on and moving past, and that's okay. None of the stuff that you went through in your past is your fault, okay? You didn't ask to get betrayed, you didn't ask to get deceived, you didn't ask for any of the fuckery you went through with these people that you were dealing with, right? But these are things that you still need to kind of heal from, right? And because of that, I just kind of feel like this is kind of why your experience with this person is going to be hella nerve-wracking for you. And the fact that you're not saying, hey, can we please slow this down a little bit? Hey, like, can we just like pump the brakes a tad bit? Like, I feel like without realizing it, I feel like you're setting yourself up for the only panic attack. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This part doesn't bother me. It's this part that bothers me. Like the whole jumping into a relationship with this person, cool. Jump into a relationship if you want to. I mean, this part doesn't bother me. It's this part that bothers me. This whole like you turning around making major life decisions with this person when you don't feel like you're entirely ready for all of that, and just turning around and be like, yeah, let's do it. That's the problem that I have. right? Is you turning around making a major life decision with this person. Because at this point, we're talking about you binding yourself to this person. And you don't feel comfortable to bind yourself to this person in such a way, like marriage, for example, purchasing a home with them, getting a place with them. You don't feel comfortable to do that, and that's okay. I just to avoid, right, you being, overwhelmed mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And for some of you, I feel like you do deal with anxiety, which if you do deal with anxiety, by them moving at such a fast pace with you, it's not going to really help soothe your anxiety whatsoever. Like you need to speak up, Gemini. You need to speak up, okay? Like, don't turn around and make a major life decision with this person when you don't feel like you're really ready for it. Forget what they want. It's like, and that's kind of what bothers me too, is that like you're the skipper of this damn boat, Gemini. Okay? You are the skipper of this boat, not them, you. You get to say when this shit stops and when it goes. You see what I mean? You also have the luxury to kick a few passengers off your boat if you feel like it. You see what I mean? Like, you get to call the shots, okay? You. If you don't feel like you're ready to go get a place with this person, do not do that. I'm telling you right now, do not do that. If you don't feel like you're ready to go off and get married to this person, do not do that. Do not do that. Don't get me wrong. The things that they're striving for with you are the things that you want with them. I will say that. But I want you to be ready. I want you to be ready, because what's going to end up happening, Gemini, if you turn around and you give this one or whatever the hell they want, it's going to be a terrible experience for you. You're not going to experience this new home with them in the ways that you should be experiencing this new home with them. You should be happy. You should be excited. You should be thrilled. I don't even see you feeling excited or thrilled. I see you scared out of your damn mind. I don't like that. Even when it comes down to like marriage, for prime example, because that's what they're pushing for next, by the way, after y'all get a place together, okay? Like, I don't see you excited. I don't see you thrilled. I don't see you like, oh my God. Like, I don't see that. I see it coming from them, but I don't see it coming from you. And that's what I have a problem with, okay? It's like this person is like coming into your life and making like, it's like this person's walking into your life and creating like a shitload of like change at a very rapid pace. And it's like you're trying to like process everything and digest everything at such a rapid pace. And it's like, because things are moving so quickly, right, between you and this person, it's like it's overwhelming you, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And I'm kind of concerned for those of you out there who do have anxiety, because this is not going to be good for like your nervous system. It's just not. It's going to cause you a lot of anxiety that could potentially lead to like a whole panic attack, right? And don't get me wrong, I feel like everything that's unfolding here between the two of you is very beautiful. I think that it's nice. I think that it's great. I just don't like the way that you're responding to it. I'm just trying to look out for you. I don't want you building a life with someone and you find yourself full of fear and anxiety. I don't want that. And the only way to kind of like avoid this is to speak up, Gemini, and say, you know what, like, I would love to get a place with you, but I do think that, we need to kind of wait, a little while before, we end up getting like a place together. You know what I mean? They ain't fucking going nowhere. They're not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like if you turn around and tell this person, like, I think we should just kind of like hold off on like getting a place together. Like maybe we should kind of like date each other for a little longer, and then, get like wait a good 2 to 3 years before y'all do this. Then, then you guys can talk about getting a place together. But right off the bat like that, no, because it's gonna give you anxiety and it's gonna scare the hell out of you. Like this relationship is just starting between the two of you, and they're moving way too quickly. Way too freaking quickly, Gemini. Too fast. And it's gonna freak you out. So speak up and say something. Don't be afraid to speak up and say something. I don't know if you're afraid to tell this person like, no, I'm not really ready to get a place with you, because you think that they're gonna stop talking to you, or it's gonna rub them the wrong way, or what the hell maybe, but they're not going anywhere. They're sold on you. They're not going anywhere. If you tell this person, I'm not ready for this, I'm not ready for that, like, and you explain to this person why, like, they're gonna be nothing but understanding. But don't forget that You're the skipper of this damn boat. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening here, is that you're kind of forgetting that you do have a say-so in this, okay? You do. Just like, yes, they have a say-so in a lot of things when it comes down to, this relationship with you, but so do you. You know what I mean? So do you, okay? If you don't feel comfortable doing something, don't do it. That is like your body, like responding, like that's like your body telling you, we're not ready for this just yet. Hold off. We're not ready. And you need to listen to you need to listen to your body and how your body's reacting to certain things, okay, when it comes on to this person, because your body's telling you what you're ready for and what you're not ready for. And if you decide to completely ignore what your body is telling you, your body's going to remind you day in and day out, day in and day out. You can go off and get an amazing house with this person, but your body's going to remind you day in and day out, ooh, like, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't have done this. Maybe we shouldn't have done this. Maybe, and you're going to feel nervous. You're going to be scared. You're going to be anxious. So speak up, please. Please speak up. Because I want you to actually enjoy this connection, not fear it, okay? Because if you get to this point where you're so terrified of how much your life is drastically changing with this, it's drastically changing, but it's drastically changing for the better. It's just the way that you're receiving it. But you know what I mean? Like, if it gets so bad to that point where you start to become very fearful and anxious and nervous every single day, because your life is drastically changing on you with this individual in your life, you might get up and run in the opposite direction. You see what I mean? Because nobody likes to be scared. Nobody likes to be uncomfortable. Nobody likes to be anxious. Nobody likes to be nervous. Nobody. And you're a human being. You can only take so much. So it could come to a point where you might get so scared that you run in the opposite direction. You could avoid all of that by just telling this person, hey, I think we should just kind of hold off on getting a place together. I think that we should hold off on this. I think that we should hold off on that because, like, I need some time. You know what I mean? To, like, really get to know you, because I just, that's a major life decision, and I just want us to both be sure. They're gonna tell you, like, yo, I'm ready. Like, let's do this. You know what I mean? But you're not ready, and that's what the hell matters. Okay? That's what matters, is that you are not ready. Okay? So please speak up. All right? Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading.